Hello. Happy Monday. Let me get that little light on me. There we go. Welcome. Let's light this fun thing. Take a breath. Breathe it all out. All that stuff. Oh. There's so much stuff on a Monday. So enjoy that. You know what? I need some help with something. I'm going to have to play one little thing because I did not bring my little battery charger. Hold on, let me grab my little munchkin, Sophia. Oh, Sophia, come here to your mother, please, for a moment. Let's just let this burn for a second. Come here. Hi. I love you. Me too. You need your help. See, it says my battery is dead on my laptop, and I feel like the charger is right inside that room. Can you look for it for me? So, I would normally cut to commercial break, but yeah, set that up yet. All right, y'all. So hopefully she finds it before the computer dies. We got 3 minutes. All right, so I have a couple of. Hi, Christina. Hi, Elijah. Welcome. So I have a couple of announcements because people have been asking me, when are you doing your online workshops? So I'm really, really excited to announce some online workshops that I'll be teaching. I'm really allowing myself to honor the time that it's going to take and the knowledge and information. Yes, that's it. Will you just plug it in for me right down there? Thank you so much. Because I know me, and I have so much information I want to give to you, and in no way do I want to rush the information. So I'm going to do a few things. I really thought about this. Number one, I want to have some type of school at some point because I just feel led to do that. I'm a teacher by trade. I've always been a teacher. I've been a dance teacher for many years. Yes, Elijah likes it. And this isn't something that can just be taught in 2 hours. It's something I want to see progress. I want to actually bring you all to a place of peace, to reach enlightenment permanently, to make a permanent shift in one's existence. And it can be done. It can be, I promise you. And I can get you there. I promise you that as well. But I need time. I need time because a lot of this information gets put into your field as seeds, and it must grow. So we must take some time to develop this, to develop it. So having said that, I'm going to do levels. So the first level is going to be just introducing you to really the basics, the core basics of what you need to know in order to really move forward into your path of enlightenment. So and just as a little example, if you're walking towards enlightenment, which I feel many of you are when you listen to this, or at least, and I promise you, it's so peaceful there. It's just such a beautiful existence. And all of a sudden, everything in your life will finally make a little bit more sense. And some of the stuff that you have to go through, it just makes sense. And maybe you haven't really had those answers before. And now you're going to begin to find them on your own. And I will give you all of the knowledge that I have gained and the wisdom that I have gained on my path. It is your path that you will have to find this, but I'm going to do my best to get you on your path. And then you will have so much more wisdom to share with me and to share with us and to share with everyone on your experiences of staying in this vibrational pattern, but I can't just go out and start talking to you about multi-dimensional vibration patterns on day one. That has to be further along. When you're reaching a mastery level, that's when we're really going to discuss shifting dimensions and mastering vibrational patterns and existing in multi-dimensions at the same time. And probably speaking of aliens, yeah, there's going to be some of that in there too, right? So we get weird, right? But when you get into the higher levels, this is what happens. And you will be speaking to multi-dimensional beings openly at some point in this progression of walking down the yellow. It's like you're going to reach the wizard and you're going to open the veil, and I have then completed my task here on this earth, which is to get you there, which is what I've been asked to do, to get as many people there who want to go, to give you guys a roadmap. In fact, one of my first books that I wrote, but it became a little too marketed, a little too edited by other vibrational beings that were of a lower vibration, so it's being restructured. But it was how to develop a two-way dialogue with God, but actually it changed into a roadmap to God. And all of that sounds awesome and amazing, but since I started writing it, it's developed and enveloped and grown in that God is so large, and this word that we use, God, is so small and full of so much judgment and hatred and all of the stigmas, and God doesn't have a really good rap here these days. So we're gonna open the parameters, because for me, just to kind of put it in a box and talk about God, it's so much bigger than that. So, but again, that's more in the higher levels of enlightenment. So we're going to start from the beginning, because it's the only way that I can see us starting. Right? We have to learn our foundational principles, which is what's blocking us, what's stopping us from reaching this, and it's our mind, and it's not our mind's fault. It's just we've picked up a whole lot of stuff from a whole lot of places from the time we were born until now, and it's in there, stored in there, and it tells you all sorts of silly stuff. All sorts of stuff that doesn't serve you any longer here. We need to get rid of that stuff first. But in order to get rid of it, we have to identify it. In order to identify it, we need a little bit of time, because we basically got to clean out the garage. All that weird stuff you picked up. Like, why do I need this anymore? Does this really serve me? No. And I got to actually donate that stuff. I got to give it away to Goodwill. I can't keep it in there anymore. So that's kind of like level one that we're going to be talking about. So I'm going to talk to you. Let's see, this was the workshops that I taught at Jamar's, and I loved them, but 2 hours, it was not enough development time for me. So I want to do a level one class per subject per month. So, and I know that some people have evening hours and some people have daytime hours. So I'm going to do two options. 1 2-hour class during the day. I want to do maybe a 2-hour class on a Saturday, maybe one on the evening, something along those lines. And I think that'll be enough information. And when you sign up, you're more than welcome to come to all 3 of them. Every one of them is going to be different as guide, my source. My guides will run the class, so I just show up, which is great. I have some ideas about what's going to happen, but they really are the ones who dictate what we learn on that day. So I want to read a little bit. I took pictures of it because I didn't want to switch back and forth between things. So here's the 4 workshops. Okay. Number 1, which in no particular order, please, but this is elevate your psychic and spiritual abilities, which I love that. And everyone really does need to learn how to do that. Many of you are running around knowing things, sensing things, feeling things before they happen, feeling other people's energy, and not understanding why sometimes you're not feeling healthy. And it's because you're intaking everyone's energy inside of you all the time. Everyone that you're around at all times is inputting their energy inside of you. So you want to keep that in mind, and we're going to work on that. So your psychic abilities, as we learn how to get everyone else's energy outside of your body, which is not where it belongs, your psychic abilities can elevate. And then some people are communicated through dreams. Some people are communicated through pictures. In fact, during the class, it was fascinating because 2 or 3 of the people could just look at a picture and intuitively understand why that picture was pulled for that person. That's not how I perceive information, but that doesn't make it wrong in any stretch of the way. So I want to figure out, okay, what are your skills? So it's like Hogwarts. Like, what are your abilities? What are they? Some people are mediums. I can speak to spirits sometimes, but it's not as easy for me because they're so close. Boom, they're so close. And my guides want me focusing on other information. So if I were to speak to spirits all the time, it would be distracting me from the other information that I need to share with you. So my skill isn't in that department, but so many other people's skills are. And I've spoken to enough spirits to definitely give you some information there. And we want to figure out what you're good at and how we can really develop that, because it's super fun. More than anything, it's just a lot of fun. Okay, so another workshop is energetic healing and life path readings. So this one's awesome too, because energetic healing is the single most important thing that we can do for ourselves every single day. It's even more important than brushing your teeth. And brushing your teeth is really important. And I say that because if you're running around in an energetic shitstorm, you're not even going to want to brush your teeth because you're feeling so crappy, right? So the first thing that we really need to do every morning when we wake up is check in with our energetic field, and no one is doing it. I do it. But times that I don't do it, days that I don't do it because I'm too busy, my schedule doesn't call for it, or whatever silly reason that I put in my head, I'm off all day. And the moment I feel like I'm off, I will give myself a break, a personal break, remove myself from society because I'm doing nothing to help it but spreading bad vibes. And so we're going to learn about what that means, because the majority of you are experiencing situations where you're with lower vibrational humans. I don't want to say negative because that's not a real thing, but it's a lower vibrational human, which means their energetic vibration is vibrating at a lower pattern than yours. And when that happens, you're not aware of it, or you're not monitoring it, or you're not conscious of it, or you're not in the present moment because you're too busy, then your interaction will drop to their interaction. And now we're cranky, both of us, because you're not feeling healthy, because this is not where your soul wants to vibrate. Their soul's comfortable vibrating here, but actually, technically, they could rise their vibrations too. But perhaps in this particular lifetime, that is not their task here. Their task in your life is to teach you how to raise your vibrations by not wanting to be in their vibration pattern, because their vibration pattern doesn't feel healthy for you. So they're teaching you what you do not want to be. So in the end, it's positive. No such thing as positive anyway. It's all just kind of vibrational radio frequencies and all that. So that's what we'll be learning about in that one. And we're going to learn how to clear it, which is super, super important. So we need to clear that energy out of our energetic field at all times. We have to recognize that it's there first. You have to know you have a problem or whatever before you can fix it, kind of thing. And it's really quite simple. It's a lot simpler than we realize. You don't have to do a lot of process. You just have to recognize that your vibration is dropped, you're feeling uncomfortable, and then you go through a little bit of like, okay, remove this doesn't belong to me. Now, from that moment, you still have to monitor it, because in 3 seconds, you're going to deal with someone else who's like, blah, and you have to be like, wait, right? So it's about monitoring that and really getting good at it. Now, when I say life path readings, what I'm going to do, so this is the same workshop, energetic healing and life path readings. The life path readings you're going to do for yourself, by yourself, with yourself, because that's how we start. We start with ourselves. And in fact, I think in a little bit, I'm going to give myself a reading, because that's how I started. That's how we all start. So so basically, you're going to get yourself a deck of cards for this class. Cards just work for me. You can explore lots of other modalities and lots of fun things like pendulums and crystals and whatnot. But I feel like for now, find a deck that resonates with you. And then we're going to begin to learn it, because this also is the beginning stages of developing a relationship with your guides, and also learning how to trust how they communicate to you, because the cards is literally just a way of communication across the veil. Now, if I don't have my cards, I will see images of cards with someone in front of me, or I'll also just hear lots of messages. That comes through as well. And I do that as well. But I didn't know that I was experiencing that because I wasn't entirely sure how to recognize those messages. And actually, that's what brings us into workshop number 3. So after we play with our deck, right, we do some energetic healing, because if you're, I'll let you know, if you're not energetically healthy because you've been exposed to so much chaotic energy and you're pulling cards, the cards will resonate with the chaotic energy. So we want to make sure our energy is clear and we don't have, you know, grandpas and grandmas and sisters and brothers and the guy at work, all that energy inside of you, and you're pulling weird random cards because you haven't released that. So, you know, but it's a little bit of a process there too. It's all just a little bit of a process. So then the next workshop, remember how I said this is what helps us to develop our communication with our guides and that which is out there that wants to communicate with us, which I call NoNaMe. If you can see, it says NoNaMe down there, because NoNaMe means no name. So NoNaMe is meaning that anyone who feels like coming in, who vibrates at a healthy vibration pattern for my energy, is welcome to come and communicate with me. So it opens up my channel to whoever in a healthy way wants to pop in. There's been some interesting other experiences with unhealthy energetic vibrations, but because my energy has been clear, I'm able to recognize the different vibration patterns when they pop in and try to talk to me. So the next workshop is how to talk to your guides and how to communicate with them, how to learn their language, which I love what I called it. I think it was, learn the language of source and spirit. And that's really what it's like. It's a language. So try to teach everyone that, because people think, oh, it's just so far away and I have to do all of this stuff and read all of these books. And it's not true at all. You're being communicated with right now. Everyone is all day long. It was so weird when I first figured it out. I got a good story too. I was just really weird, because I didn't know that I was being talked to, but we have all these thoughts in our head. Where do they come from? A lot of them are being communicated. They're all communication thoughts. Some of them are from your guides. Some of them are from, angels. Some of them are from aliens. Some of them are from your neighbors. Some of them are from your partner who's just thinking about you and put a thought in your head. So we want to begin to identify who's talking to us. What are they saying? How does it feel? Because anything that's from your guides is going to feel healthy and loving and kind and unconditional love. You're going to feel a little bit of service. You're going to feel patience. You're going to feel love. Anything that's not of your guides is going to feel uncomfortable. Something that pops in your head that says, oh, you suck. You can't do it. That is not from your guides, but I promise you it is from an energetic source that's coming into your energetic field. So we just recognize it. We're going to take all the weird stuff out and just call it scientific. It's just, oh, wait, whoops, I got caught in a weird energetic stream. I don't really like the way it's making me feel. I'm going to go ahead and unplug and disconnect. So we're going to learn how to do that too. And learn what the language is, who we're talking to. Do we want to continue talking to them? Are they healthy for us? Are they taking care of us? Are they telling us good stuff? And how do you feel about it? Because it's a little scary and totally weird when you first start doing it. And everyone's doing it. So it's just a whole lot better to be conscious about it than just allowing all those voices in your head to like take you this way and take you that way and make you feel this and make you feel that. What if you were like, hold on, stop, let's talk about this. How's this making me feel? And so you gain kind of a little bit of control over that crazy communication that's going on in your brain all day long, because it is all day long. There's not an off switch. There really isn't. Even when you're sleeping, lots of weird stuff happens. I caught myself crossing people over in the middle of realms, and they were all messed up people, missing arms, missing legs, and I caught myself saying, you don't have to stay here, come over to the light. I'm like, no wonder why I'm tired in the morning. I'm crossing over spirits in the middle. I don't know where I'm going, but I tell you what, my soul goes places, because there's been times when I caught myself coming back home and I remember thinking, oh shoot, I got to get back in my body because I got to wake up. And I tried to get my spirit arm to go in this arm, and I started to panic for a second because my spirit arm wasn't getting caught in that arm. Happened to look at the clock, which was like 11:55, and my spirit looked at the clock. Then I sat down in my body and I'm trying to get it and I'm like, what's happening? I can't get it. And then all of a sudden I look up and it's 11:59. Had I not looked at the clock, I wouldn't have even known that just happened. My soul had been out partying all night. I don't know what I was doing, but
I was tired when I came home. I don't know where we go. So there's astral travel is a real thing, you know, and I can only give you my experiences with it. I usually only speak about things I have personal experience with, because other than that, I'm always open to it, obviously, because I live in a weird, strange world. I live in a sci-fi movie, a real life sci-fi movie. It's so cool. I see the sci-fi movies and half of them are telling the truth about my real life. So awesome. Okay, and then the fourth workshop I have, and this is just, I'm gonna all keep this as level 1. So this is gonna be a level 1 workshop, which means I'm gonna start you guys out a little slow. I'm gonna try not to overload you with too much information at first, because I really wanna get you there progressively in a nice progression versus just going from the top down. But we'll see, because whenever I have a plan, I get overrode by whatever needs to happen anyway. So that's just the theory. So the next one, this is like really, really important. So I'm glad I put this one in here. Or I'm glad my guides told me to write this, because I don't even remember writing this, to be honest. It's the power of now and present moment awareness, which you hear me talk about constantly about our relationship with time, because where your yellow brick road exists is in a timeless dimension. So if we don't master the power of now and this timeless dimension, we can't get there. And I can't just get you there like, well, no, don't get me wrong. You can do it right now if you want to. You can right now. But the reality is that mind, unless we get control of that mind and the way that mind feels like it has control over you, we need to get rid of all the stuff. Once we get rid of all the stuff, that's where this yellow brick road lies. That's the peace that you seek. That's when you become a master creator of your life. I'm going to look at these comments. I mean, a master creator. So what that means is, okay, hi guys. Hi Eilish. Hi Chandra. Hi Nicole. Hi Afria. Hi Renee. Hi everybody. I see you guys. So master creator. So this is what happens in my life. And I just have to give you an example. When I say that I need something, anything that I need, it's just given to me pretty much instantly. Also, when you reach this kind of vibration field, you don't need much anymore. You don't want anything. I want nothing. I want nothing. So I live in this beautiful realm of just allowing existence to flow. So that's like the catch is like, you have this master creator of everything you could possibly imagine. And yes, I could probably manifest a mansion on the beach if I wanted it, but I don't want it. I want a little shack on the river where I can just be alone with my guides and just write and speak all day long. So your changes, what you want changes. I don't care about Lamborghinis or Ferraris or money or anything. Now, having said that, whatever I need is just given to me. I don't even lock my car's doors, and I have money coming from places I don't know. It just comes here. It just comes. Everything I need is taken care of at this point, and I am a master creator of my life and my existence, and it's a beautiful place to be. And I'm in 100% kind of, well, 100%. I mean, I'm pretty close to practicing. It's always a practice. We're practicing masters. I'm always a practicing master. So are you. So I'm in full communication with the universe full time, like best friend kind of stuff, like play me songs on the radio, like you're amazing. They tell me beautiful things, and then someone will come up and be like, you're so beautiful. I'll be like, I don't feel like beautiful today. And someone will just walk up to me and be like, we just want to let you know you look amazing today. And I'll be like, thanks, universe. Happens all the time. So we're in like a relationship, like a close relationship. Like I don't need anyone else in my life. I'm sorry, guys and girls. I'm so content and loved and cared for by the universe to the point where I'm not missing my other half at all, because the universe is my other half, which I'm not even separate from the universe. So we've just merged. We're just one beautiful being, which is lovely. And I am just a little rosebud of the flower tree of life. And so are you. So I'm just a flower. And the universe is the tree. And I'm just like something pretty that grew out of it. That's how all of us are. We are all that. All of us are. That's actually what the tree of life means. And what's so cool is when we finally realize that we're just like a flower, a part of the universe, we understand we're not separate from anything. And we understand that we have this entire tree and bush, and it's got nutrients and sun and everything that it needs. And it just loves you so much because you're a part of it. But when you feel cut off from it, cut off from the vine, as Eckhart Tolle says, cut off from the vine, it's because you don't believe this and you think you're all alone. You think no one loves you anymore and you think no one cares about you and you can't find the person and life is so hard and all that external stuff. And I get it. External stuff is like chaotic. And that is one thing. There's a couple like facts of life. Change is inevitable. Fact of life, a law. Everything will change. So the more you just love that change and honor that change and trust that the change comes from the universe, well, everything's okay then, right? There's a couple other ones as they pop up, but that's an important one. So the universe will always put things in front of me. And I have lots of examples and stuff. Okay, so those are my 4 workshops that I will be teaching. I don't feel like I'm going to teach them all in 1 month. I feel, and this is just how I'm feeling right now, I'm going to sit down, put pen to paper, and allow them to translate what is actually going to happen. But I feel like, again, a few hours a week, I want to talk about this subject for 1 month. One subject for 1 month. We'll have different times to come. Again, every class will be different. It will always be different. So you can come and you'll sign up for the month, and then you'll get just like a level 1 certificate. Level 1. And what that means is that when I do get a little busier with this and I offer a level 2, you'll be able to move into a level 2 in this category. And there's going to be more other levels because we'll get there. And then we are going to have a mastery type level. When you reach a mastery level in much of this stuff, you and me will be on the same vibration pattern. From there, you will also become a spiritual teacher and master and healer, and your entire life will change because you'll understand why you're here. You'll understand your purpose. You'll understand what you're supposed to be doing here, and everything will make sense. Whereas right now, probably is not making a whole lot of sense, and you feel like maybe things are missing. You know there's more out there, but you're not sure what it is. There has to be more to life than this. And there is, I promise you, and it's so beautiful. It's just a beautiful existence because it doesn't matter if I'm a waiter or a garbage picker or a CEO or a fisherman, or if I have a house or if I don't have a house, if I have a job or if I don't have a job, everything is just perfect. It's just always perfect. No matter what it is, it's perfect. And divine timing and just a flawless existence of perfection. The world is just so beautiful, and when you can see it through that eyes, because I can see it through the eyes of the universe, I see the beauty in all of you, the perfection. I see perfection when I see it, absolute perfection. I don't need you to change for 1 second. Even some of the cranky stuff that you have is lovely because as you notice the crankiness, I get to watch it transmute. And you'll learn how to transmute all of this and everyone else who's around you. So crankiness dissolves in me. So someone can be all cranky and come near me and talk and talk and talk, and I have no crankiness inside of me to fuel it. So it just dissolves out, and the next thing you know, they're talking about the bees and the butterflies, and I promise I don't have to say a word, but stand there and smile. That's it. It's pretty cool. And everyone just heals around me. And it's awesome, and I want you all to have this gift because then everything will begin to heal itself. So as you heal the people around you, they will heal and everyone will heal. And this is how we will heal the planet. It can be done. I know it. I see it. It's a light grid. Lightworkers united. All of us come together. We light ourselves up. And then I don't have to heal the planet. I just have to heal myself. I just have to be here right now, vibrating this light, sharing my wisdom. This is all the universe needs of me. Which is great because when this first happened, I was like, I can't handle this. It's like an entire world out there, and I have to like share this information with everyone. And it was like really intense for about 30 seconds. And then I heard them laugh, and they were like, "Stop, silly! You don't have to do any of that. You just have to take care of yourself." I was like, "Oh, you mean I can heal the world just by taking care of myself?" And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "I can do that. I can do that for you, universe. You didn't really ask me for much." Okay, now, not that easy though. I mean, it's a full-time job taking care of myself. monitoring my energy, monitoring my time, doing my practices, talking to you guys, like, and bringing healthy energy to you. Because if I'm here and I'm cranky too much, then those vibrations lower, you know, which is okay. But as my vibrations are low and I send that out there, I'm tick, tick, tick. You guys are tick, tick, tick. What's so beautiful is I've seen many of my students come back and they're giving me the light that I've given to them, and they tick, tick, tick. It's a beautiful thing. But we become conscious and aware of it. Every one of us are working together collectively to keep our vibrations high. And then all we have to do is to keep our vibrations high, and they will go out, and everyone that encounters you will be healed, which is all we need to do. And then it's like, well, how are we going to get food to Africa? And how are we going to heal Syria? It's like, okay, well, if I'm vibrating here and I'm talking to you and I'm raising your vibrations and you are healed, and then you know someone and you raise their vibrations and they know someone in Syria and they're talking to them and their vibrations raise. And so the next thing you know, this is how we spread it. We spread it together collectively. So we don't have to worry about all that. So, oh my God, the world's going to end. What are we going to do? Everyone's dying in Africa. Everyone's dying all around. Everything is going to shit. No. All of that needs to be dissolved from your field, because remember, you are a master creator. Even right now, you're a master creator. I want to teach you to be a conscious master creator. So what's so important about that is you are creating. So what are you creating? Be very careful, because when you're cranky and you're sending it out there like the world's going to die, guess what? Or like we're all going to die. Okay, you're master creating right then. And the thing is, collectively, there's so many of us. I once was at a barbecue and I heard like 8 people say that separately, which, you know, my guides were trying to let me know, hey, it's important that I'm doing this right now, because I need to explain to people that when we start getting masses speaking of self-destruction, we will destroy our species. We will. And I know so many of us listening are like, well, we may as well, because we're screwing stuff up. I mean, yeah, but we don't have to. There is another way. We can choose differently. We can, but we must become educated as to who we are, what our power is, what our potential is. And I know it's strange, but we really do create our world with our words. And the first word in the Bible, the first sentence I think in the Bible, again, I don't know a whole lot about the Bible. I have like 8 of them, and vibrationally they mean something to me. But I think it said at first there was the word. I think it was like the first thing. First there was the word. It's because the word is so important. So our words are how we master create. So what are we saying? What are you saying? Even in here. Because when you think, thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. I promise you, I see them. I see them. And I watch how they manifest creation. So if I'm saying words that are vibrationally lower, and I'm thinking thoughts that are vibrationally lower, and it matters even if you think them, even if you didn't say them out loud and you think them, that's an energetic stream that just went out. And number one, it's going to instantly to the person that you thought it to. But not only that, it's going to everyone else that could vibrating anywhere near that vibration pattern. So you just thought something cranky or something ill or something complaining or something about how the weather sucks, and the weather sucks, right? So now every single person in the whole world, believe it or not, I know I'm far-fetched, but I'm telling you the truth. Every person in the whole world who's vibrating, thinking the weather sucks, is all just collectively getting into this weather sucks kind of thing. Now here's poor me walking down the street, happy as can be, loving my weather, and I get hit with the weather sucks. Bam! It can happen. You want to be aware, and that's why sometimes all of a sudden maybe I'm not feeling good. If I'm uneducated, if I'm an uneducated light worker, all of a sudden I'm not feeling good. I'm like, I was fine just a second ago, and all of a sudden I'm just feeling weird. I got a weird feeling. My anxiety is kicking up. Yeah, you just got glitched into some kind of energetic stream. So you just got to realize, wait a minute, that's not my energy. Oops, my bad. Remove it. Poof, done, gone. Right? So these things are important things that we learn that no one is teaching us, but I'm teaching you. And then as many people as will listen to me and as many people as I can teach, I hope this information will spread, especially to the young ones. We need to get to the children. We need to get to the children, because the sooner that they learn this, see, they're perfect little beings as they are. So we want to keep them that way. They're easier, and they're our future. So if we could keep them in a healthy way, we have much less work to do. But again, just stay vibrating the way you are, stay healthy, monitor your energy, and then you might heal Auntie May, and Auntie May has 50 kids with her. We just don't know. And Auntie may say, hey, you helped me so much. Will you come and talk to the kids? So we don't have to know how that's going to happen. That's not our job. That's what's so great, that we don't have to figure it out. We don't have to plan it. It's not on you. It's on us. It's collective. It's together. And every single time I don't want to deal with something, which is often, I'm like, handle it. I don't want to deal with my finances. Just take care of them for me, please. And they do. But like, or there's anything that like, all of a sudden I'm feeling like I don't want to deal with this situation. I'm like, handle it. That's on you. I'm checking out. I trust your guidance. Now be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. So, you know, like if you really, really are walking down a path that is unhealthy for you, and you reach out for that lifeline and you're like, that's it. I've tried it on my own and I can't get it done. I need your help in this. Just be careful, because God will wreck your car and you will no longer be that way. You know, or, oh my God, I can't stop eating. I can't stop eating. I need your help. Okay, well now we remove your gallbladder. We give you diabetes. God loves you and will give you diabetes because you will never eat sugar again. It will be for your health. It happens. Trust me, I've seen it many times. Like, I was headed in the wrong direction as I was a professional ballroom dancer, and I was working, I don't know, 6 days a week, all day long. I had a live-in nanny. I wasn't seeing my children, and I kept getting messages. So, you know, the universe gives you beautiful messages ahead of time, and they go, hey, I want to let you know that we do not honor or feel like this is a healthy path for you. And we feel like we're going to give you some other options. They say it so nicely at first. And then you're like, oh no, forget it. I'm so happy being a ballroom dancer. This is all I've ever wanted. And you'll even catch yourself, as you have more knowledge, having these silly conversations with yourself about how justifying why this unhealthy situation is still going to work for you, because you have this problem and that problem and what if. And that's why you have to stay here. You know, but your guides, God and the universe is going to be like, okay, that was the first time we told you. Here's the second. And it's going to be something like something bad's going to happen. Something, I don't say bad because it's not bad, but it's not negative, but it's something lower vibrational is going to try to get you to pay attention. So you have steady little check marks of pain as you're going in the wrong direction. So, and say it's a relationship, all of a sudden something traumatizing will happen, but not so bad, because they're just giving you little doses that this isn't where they want you to be. Oh no, I'm going to get back. And then slowly it gets worse, and slowly it gets worse. I mean, cars wreck, feet break, bad things happen. And the universe is like, hey, come back. We're just trying to, and then gets back, jail, DUIs, 300 pounds. I mean, sickness, needles, like, all of that is on the outskirts of your yellow brick road, because you're just headed in the wrong direction. But the whole time there's been baby little warning signs the entire time. So it's really good to try to work with the universe. I promise you, it's way better to work with the universe. So I'm constantly looking for those little signs and symptoms, like, oh, you need me to move this way. And then I'll adjust. And whatever that means to adjust is the only thing that matters to me. If I'm heading this way, and I'll have some unhealthy experiences. And when I have those unhealthy experiences, I don't need to have 5 unhealthy experiences or 10 unhealthy experiences any longer to know that every unhealthy feeling or an experience I have is a sign from my guides to readjust, to realign, to release that, because anything that's unhealthy, feels unhealthy to your system, is just your guide's beautiful, loving, kind, and gentle way to give you warning number 1. Warning number 2 is going to get worse. 3, 4, 5, forget it. You're in, who knows what's happening at that point. But you can always come back anytime. And the universe isn't trying to hurt you. They're actually trying to help you. But they'll break your leg if you don't listen. Out of love, I promise. But again, I'm probably talking about higher level advanced stuff. So call that in 2nd, 3rd, 4th level of mastery level. I might be jumping. We'll start small. I don't want to scare you guys yet. Okay. So I'm going to, 2 things I'm going to do. I'm going to talk a little bit about one thing I want to talk about, and then I'm going to give myself a reading, and I'm going to explain how that works, like what, why, how, Besides, it's time I check in. I don't really want to because they tell me all sorts of things and I'm like, really? I know. They're like, hey, this is what you have to clean up. This is energy that's not healthy for you. Yeah. So this is the one I want to talk. Oh, okay, here we go. So it's cute. I have these little checkpoints and I might use them. But I'm not going to talk about that today. Stay focused. I want to talk about the one which is called Living Filter Free. All right. I'm going to read just the paragraph. Here we go. So the filter okay, here we go. It's going to sound, you put on your brain cells, turn on your brain cells. The filter that we have in our mind, it's kind of like a contact lens. And it determines our perceptions as well as the quality and authenticity of the messages received from source. See, I could just talk for an hour on that one sentence. Okay. So let's go back. Maybe that's the only sentence I needed to read. The filter, call it contact lenses again, determines our perceptions. All right, let's just stop there. We didn't even get through the sentence. So what that means is that when we're walking into work and we're dealing with that cranky, the cranky person that we have to see at work every single day. This person is just like, right? Well, guess what we've done? Let's just be honest. We have our contact lenses, and inside those contact lenses, there's just a computer. And this computer says that person is cranky, that person is irritating, that person's going to frustrate you. You're just going to just blah, right? And it's all there. So we're keeping it. So we're walking into work, and we already have our perception of exactly what we're going to see through our contact lenses from this person. So this person will never behave any differently because you cannot see them any differently. Okay, so we need to learn how to take the contact lenses out and go back to reset. And so when I say it receives the authenticity, here we go, the quality and the authenticity of the messages received from source. So what I mean by that is, so source is always communicating to you. We know that, right? And source is like, blah, be nice to that person. They need love. They need unconditional love and kindness and compassion. You could show them that. You could heal them that just by keeping that unconditional love and that non-judgment and look at them with eyes of love from me. So you receive this message. I promise you, every single second you receive that message. But because you got your mean contact lenses on, you're not listening. You're like, forget that. They don't deserve that from me. Did you hear what they said to me yesterday? Oh my God, they have treated me bad for how long? Why on earth would I even give them 1 ounce of kindness? Bam. This is where the disconnect happens. This is where we're not listening to source and we're not sending out a clear, unfiltered message because we have our cranky contact lenses on. I just came up with that. I like it. Okay. So the authenticity of the message received from source. So source is like, love thy cranky person. And you're like, no. So then when you see that person in that message, you might be like, good morning. Good morning. And you're going to be like, source told me to, and you're not even realizing it's source. You think like you have a kind, they just put the little arm on your shoulder. Be nice, be kind, be nice to the person. You're like, fine, I'm going to try to be nice to this jerk today again. And so you walk in, but you're looking at them with the mean contact lenses on, and they can already tell because they're already mean and cranky. So they pick up on your mean and crankiness because that's what they love. That feeds their mean and crankiness. That's like gasoline to their fire. They're like, yes, this feels good. Right? So instead of you having a fire extinguisher with like that dust that source wants you to spray them with dust and you're like pouring gasoline on it. Even though in your mind, you're like, I'm going to be nice. I swear. It doesn't count if it's not nice in here. Okay. So, all right. Oh, look, to put it simply, a clogged filter gives a clogged message. Right? And when I say clogged, it's because let's imagine this filter in our head and call it a pool filter. Look at how much crap gets put in that pool filter. You got sticks, you got bugs, you got dead frogs, you got old leaves in your brain, you got all this cranky, weird stuff in there. You don't know where half of that stuff came from. And it's in your head and it's telling you this person sucks. They're never going to be a good person. They were a jerk to you yesterday. all of the things that you're thinking about this person in your head. It could be your neighbor, it could be your partner, it could be your spouse, it could be your kids, it could be your mother, it could be anyone in your life. You got a clogged filter, and that's what you're seeing them through the eyes, right? That's all you can see them through, is through all this mess, right? So when source is like, love thy neighbor, you're like, hell no, I'm gonna blow up their house. Forget it, I ain't helping them. Love your partner, forgive your partner. No way, that jerk was a right? So this happens constantly. Love your kid. Hell no, that kid taking advantage of me, stole from me. I can't love that kid. That's your clogged filter. Those are your weird contact lenses. Source is like, heal, love, and you can't see anything past it, right? So it's a clogged filter. Clogged message. Love everybody, but you're like, no, screw that. And you'll even say to them, you'll even say to source, you should catch yourself. Now that I'm saying it, catch yourself. And they're like, forgive your partner, love your partner. They didn't mean some of the stuff they were doing. They were in their low vibrational state. It's also in the past, y'all. Everything is in the past. We have to reset the past, burn it up. Someone could have been a jerk 3 minutes and I didn't respond because I had my fire extinguisher. And then 3 minutes later, they're like, I'm sorry, that was weird. I shouldn't have said that. And I'm like, it's cool because I have my fire extinguisher, so I'm good, right? Not like pouring gasoline like, oh, you know what? We're going to hash this out right now, right? Okay, hopefully you're getting all this. All right, so this is the second roadblock to God. I guess there's other roadblocks, which we're not going to get into right now, but it is true. It's a block. It's a block, because I promise you, remember, law's always speaking to you. Source is always speaking to you. It's like this big blanket, and it's wrapped around you with all of this love, and it's always there, but we're so clogged and filtered and lower vibration and cranky that we cannot hear the message. We need to clear all of that stuff out of the way, and then our messages can come through. So I attempt to share these messages with you as clearly and unfiltered as I can, using only the words that are in my mind, but not my own personal opinions. Because my own personal opinions, judgments, belief systems, past and future, those are all filter cloggers and roadblocks to God. But you know what? We're going to learn that in our level 1. The good news is that's level 1 of our workshop. Actually, we're going to hit that level 1 because we can't move forward until I get rid of your clogged filter, right? We can't move forward with it. All right. The reader, oh, here we go, it's because it's a book, will discover their own personal filter, what it feels like to see through it, and how the filter distorts their perceptions of the world. And I have a 30-second story about this. I thought it was so odd. An ex of mine, when we separated. So for people who know me, I literally lose dollar bills. I lose dollar bills. I lose checks. I don't understand money at all. And I have enough of it, and I'm very blessed. Thankfully, I have lots of this paper, odd paper that buys me food. I find it quite weird, and I'm very disconnected to it, and I'm literally the least money-hungry person you'll ever meet in your life. I want to live in a van on the side of the river as really my life's goal. Having said that, my ex, when we separated, looked at me and said, all you ever wanted was my money. And I was wow, I was with this person 10 years. And that's literally the furthest from the truth that you could ever say about me. You could say many things, trust me. That just wasn't one of them. And I understood at that point what this meant. Because no matter who or what, I could probably give him all of the money in my whole bank account, but he can't see me because all he has in his head is that everybody wants to get my money. And it's not only me, he thinks everybody's out to get his money. So that's a real story about that contact lens. It doesn't matter who you are, you're trying to get my money. That's a distortion, right? So discover your own personal filter, what it feels like to see through it. And how that filter distorts their perceptions of the world. Like this person could only see me through that opinion, if you think about it, judgment, past stuff, future fears, all that crap, right? And learn how it affects their mood, their speech, and their actions, right? So now let's go back to the cranky coworker with our mean contact lenses on and our clogged filter. You know, it's affecting your mood. The second you see this person, you're like, Or the second it starts raining outside and your cranky contact lenses and your filter tells you that the rain sucks. Oh, it's raining outside. That's it. Cranky contact rain lenses. That's it. Forget it. I'm having a bad day. Now my hair is wet. Now what am I going to do? And now everyone's cutting me off. I'm in the rain. We're all going to die. My life sucks, right? Because you, in your head, have this cloud filter that tells you when it rains, it sucks. I love the rain. I love it when the rain, and just, oh, I could live in the rain. I do. I love the rain. But you see how it affects their mood. Oh my God, it's so hot. It's so hot out there. I'm just sweating. I'm just dying. I can't live out here. Cranky, weird sunglasses. Me in the heat, it's sun. It feels good. Feels good. The cold feels good. The rain feels good. Thunderstorms feel good. Clouds feel good. I love it all because I don't have any weird clogged filters anymore, for the most part. Practicing, of course. Okay, how it affects their speech and their actions, right? So you already have your weird stuff on. Now you're being cranky, and you can't even help it because your speech is like, good morning, cranky person, who I know you're going to be a jerk in 3.5 seconds, and go. So you're not legitimately looking at this cranky person with unconditional love and acceptance of exactly who they are in their super cranky state. Like there's can you love them? Can you look at them, take those contact lenses off and look at them through the eyes of God and love them for exactly who they are? You don't want them to change at all, not 1 second. So even when they're spewing crankiness at you, you just think they're adorable. Because I can do that. And it's beautiful. And then their crankiness just goes away. You don't even have to do a thing. It just dissolves itself. And then you just listen to their, and you're just like, you're just breathing. Well, that's nice. Well, that sounds nice. That's all I have to say. There isn't, and then they realize that you don't have anything cranky back. And then they're like, they adjust to your room. They adjust to your vibrations. And they're like, well, I could help you with that thing later if you wanted. Oh, you are just amazing because you have zero expectations of them, even though it's their job. Zero expectations. So that is amazing that they want to help you with that. And don't you dare put your contacts on and go, well, that's their job. They should have done that yesterday. Nope. Clogged filter. And their actions, right? So I'm just asking for a little bit of love here, but we got to get you there. We got to figure out what's in there first before I can get you to love everybody, right? Unconditional love is mastery level. Removing your cranky contacts is level 1. Okay. Oh, look, and I will show the readers how to identify when they are personally viewing the world through a clogged filter. Sounds good. And how to remove the clog and maintain a filter-free existence so that God's messages can flow through a clear channel. I love it. This is what I do every day. I love that we did that. Okay, now, so that was it. There's a little bit of a chapter about it, but I don't know. I feel like maybe I covered it. Let me just see. No, I did. Oh, well, I was so busy. No, this is all, so these are great details. And I actually think now that I just reviewed this is some important stuff that I want to make sure to cover in some of my workshops. So maybe that's why I could pull this up. All right, I love that. This is some good stuff. I haven't read this in a little bit, but I have this. This is for a book. And this is just pure channeled information. I have some other weird channeled information too. So I'm going to also, so I have this website coming, which everyone's like, you need a website. I'm like, fine, handle it. Give me a website. So someone is going to set that up for me. Yay, because I'm not that great at all that stuff. Oh, and guess what? There's going to be a store. So in the store, I'm going to have lots of cute stuff like hats, but it's going to be embroidered with the Lightworkers United logo and the NoNaMe logo. And I'm going to have like cute, like, I don't know, maybe workout tanks and like some yoga pants with the logo on it. Just some fun stuff. I'm also going to have all the different cards that I use and that I recommend on the store. I'm also going to have some of the pretty like, mandalas and some of that stuff there as well. And I'll probably put the logo at the bottom of it. And I'm going to make sure that some of the proceeds are always going to go into One Tribe. So you see the One Tribe there. That's just a fund, and I'm going to turn it into a non-for-profit. And I just want to keep funding it just to help people. I don't know who I'm helping yet, as many people as I possibly can. I want to let that form itself and grow itself. And then also I'm going to donate some proceeds to some beautiful local charities that just mean something to me. So anything that you buy there, some of it's going to One Tribe, some of it's going to charity, which I love. That just makes me feel happy to do it. And then yeah, so that's coming. And then also there's going to be a calendar there, and all of it's going to be like, oh, you sign up for this workshop or sign up for this classes. There's been a lot of people asking me for life coaching. So I'm going to get some programs together. I'm going to make, obviously some is going to be more expensive, but some is going to be affordable. And I always promote free events as often as possible, because none of this needs a price tag. But if you want to do a more detailed, more personalized one-on-one growth and development, then yeah. And I think the school thing is a really good idea, because I can just see it. So I think that that's what's happening. I think the school thing is coming because I can see it happening. Me and Joseph, again, so it was so cute, because here's how this works. I was like, Joseph, I need help. Oh, hold on, I dropped the card. I was like, Joseph, I need like some help and some assistance with some of our events, because I'm running a couple companies right now, and I'm maxed out of what I can do physically. And in that week, I had a little girl, Summer, who's like, hey, I could do some extra work and I can do all your promotions for you. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then next, Joseph had a beautiful girl come who's got a phenomenal resume. And she's like, I want to work for free for you guys because you guys rock. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. And she's going to be helping us put all these like live events together. So just in the last couple of days, we have 2 people coming to help us do these events. And we're going to do like some hotel stuff and bring a lot of people and make it fun. And I want to do like dinner and dancing. I'm like, I have to have fun. If I'm going, like we're going to be there all day. We're going to do workshops. We're going to do our live thing. And then I want to like have dancing and, you know, little cocktails and hors d'oeuvres, because that's fun for me. And I want to dress nice and I want to party and I want to have fun. So that's coming. And I'm excited about that too. And then if it goes well, we'll start traveling to different cities. But it has to be like a party. Like we'll do the serious, important stuff and then we're going to party, because that's fun. And I like to get dressed up. Okay, so let me just see a couple of these messages, because it's not that I've meant to ignore you, and I'm sorry. So here we go. I have, hey, Eilish, thank you for saying hello. Chandra, hi, Chandra. Thank you for checking in. I love you guys checking in. Thank you for being here. Nicole, hello, Nicole. Now, here we go. How do we know what skill is the one that we are supposed to be? And that's such a great question, because we have no idea to start with. So we want to kind of explore the different possibilities. Again, I love to start with my cards, but we'll learn about what the different ones are. Like, for example, we have clairaudient and clairsentient. Sometimes you can look at a picture and feel from it. Sometimes you need to read it. Sometimes you just have messages that come through your mind in flashes, but you probably or may not realize that that's happening. So it's really about us talking back and forth and saying, okay, have you received coincidences before? Have you received messages before? Because all of you on here have received messages, or you wouldn't even be listening. And so we begin to kind of learn how source is communicating to you, and that's how we learn to develop what skills that you have. And we want to figure out what's strongest with you, and we start there. And then once you master kind of understanding how they're communicating to you and what skills do you have, then from there they kind of outshoot to what your real abilities are. But we start in one place, you know, start small. Okay, and then we have Afia. Hello, Afia. Nice to see you. I have Renee Weber. Hello, Renee. Thank you for checking in. I have Caroline, who says, sounds all awesome. It is. It's awesome. It's a good life, I must say. And I want you guys all to live this life too, because then everyone will start living their best life. And that's the most important thing, is that we all just heal the world. Oh, and Elijah says, I'm going to teach a class here in Wichita soon. And it is so weird that you're talking about the same stuff I'm going to teach, and I'm going to teach clairvoyance. Elijah, I think that's amazing, and I'm so proud of you. And let me know if you need any help. All right, there we go. Okay, so Afia, I'll give you a reading, but at first I'm going to give myself a reading and explain some of the messages that are coming through, and probably fess up as to why they're there. Maybe I'll fess up. Maybe. I mean, I don't make you guys fess up. I'll let you guys take your messages home and deal with them on your own. I'm not like, tell me what that means to you. It's not my place. All right, Kristen, take a couple breaths. clear your energy. Here we go. Last one. Okay. All right, well, they were semi-nice to me today, but let's see. Okay. All right, I gotta read it. Here we go. Awareness, yeah, receptivity. All right, well, nice cards at least. Compromise. All right, so the first card I pulled is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. See how it's a little bird? And this little bird is looking at all those amazing, beautiful birds that are flying in the sky, and they're basically living their best life. And they're like, come on, little bird, there's nothing stopping you. And she's like, yeah, but look at all those real things that I'm having to deal with. Like, I have that to deal with, and I have that to deal with, and I have that going on. Oh, and what about that? And what about that? And that's the reason why I can't live my best life. So why that's being called, and I know what it is exactly that, is that as much as I would love to just walk away from one particular environment, which I really, really would, I have all these bars that are like, wait a minute, what about that? And what about that? And what about that? But do I really authentically and honestly and vibrationally know that it's time? I do. I know it's time. This particular energy is a bit of a weight, and it's a bit of a, well, it feels like bars. And they're basically saying there's absolutely nothing standing in my way. There's nothing. So anything in my head that I'm like, well, wait, what about that? Well, wait, what about that? Well, there's this thing and then there's that thing. It's false, and it's mind generated, and it's me not entirely trusting the universe to take care of these situations for me. So it's letting me know that I'm not giving all of my trust to the universe, which is what it's asking me to do. The universe wants me to trust it in all ways, and it has never let me down. But of course, I'm human, you're human, we're human, and that's a really, really kind of like scary thought to just, oh, here, take the wheel, Jesus, completely. I'm gonna just shut my eyes. Ooh. But Jesus is like, I got you. Or like the universe got all of it. It's like, I got you. So that's reminding me that there is absolutely nothing real and nothing tangible in my mind that's stopping me from living my best life or living the life that I see for myself. And so I need to remind myself that when I say, oh, I don't know, that's like, if I can't do that, I need to say, not X out that thought, X out that thought. So it's the first card that pulled, which means it's probably the reason why some of the situations, I'm actually stopping them myself from progressing because of these invisible bars that I'm putting around, which is glitches in my mind that I picked up from my past. It was something like, oh, you know, just all sorts of nonsense. I don't usually like to go swim back there. So whatever that, when the thought pops up in my present moment awareness, I'll go ahead and just exit out, be aware of it, and make sure that I'm monitoring my thought patterns. That's what this is letting me know. Monitor those thought patterns. Now, the intensity, you know, card pulls, and it pulls because once I remove those blocks from me, this entire yellow brick road is unfolding, and I've seen it, I've dreamed about it, and I know exactly what it looks like. And it really is traveling and speaking on stages and seeing many people and just really healing as many people as I can get my little mouth around. And I know that that's going to feel very fast, very quick, very intense. And I'm going to need to allow this ride to happen and trust the universe to do what it has to do, to allow this to unfold. But in order for me to really allow this to unfold, I have to stop grabbing onto my safety net so tightly that I'm not allowing the universe to do the work that it needs to do in my life because I'm afraid. Right? So we have to watch that fear, like, I don't know, I mean, leaving that, I mean, I have, you know, this and this and this, and what about this and this and this? And it's like the universe is like, we're here, we love you, nothing is stopping you, the yellow brick road is right here. And I'm like, is it really though? I don't know. So I'll work on that. Thank you. Now, harmony with my communication. So that's another one that came out, which means that, again, please allow the communication that's coming through about the next steps to take. Please receive that information filter free. And stop putting in the stuff. It's like, well, I don't know if I can do that, or I don't know what I have to pay this bill, and I have to pay that bill, and what's going to happen if I make those choices and make those changes, what's going to happen to my life. So all of that is like, things I think are real, but my guides are letting me know that they have this under control and that they'd like me to be in harmony with their communication and listening. So basically, I'm not listening quite like I need to be listening. Now, the past lives pulled up. And the reason why is that a lot of this glitchy stuff that I have, that we have, is from our past lives. So in the past, and not even this life, in the past, many lives, I've had things not work out. I've had things fall apart. I've not reached my goal. I haven't reached my potential in my past lives, which is why in this particular life, I have maybe the ambition that I have and the drive that I have and the wisdom, because we gain wisdom every lifetime and we do keep it, which is thankful. We don't really start over. So you're a baby born with all this wisdom from all your past lives, which is beautiful. So they're letting me know some of the experiences, the glitches, the fear, the bars is from my past lives, and it's time to make peace with them and let them go because they're no longer serving me in this particular lifetime. But they're also letting me know as a gentle reminder that I can hold on to them for as many lifetimes as I want. So I can just do this all over again next lifetime if I don't want to let it go now. I'm going to really work on this. Let it go, let it go. So, I mean, really, I don't want to do this all over again. I'm going to do what I can now. So I'm going to make the effort. I'm going to figure out how to let go of the fear and repeating past habits that I picked up eons and eons and eons ago. Past habits, past habits. So that's another thing. We're so used to behaving in certain ways and thinking in certain ways and feeling in certain ways because we've been through it so many lifetimes before. So this is just reminding me that it's no longer serving me. It's also reminding me that I'm a very, very creative being. So I am here. My soul wants to create. So what that means is if I'm not creating, because I'm put myself in a little box where I'm there every single day from da da da, and I'm pushing paper, and at least my bills are paid, and I'm going home, and I'm not creating, because it doesn't matter what I create, my soul needs to produce, and it needs to create in order to honor it, in order to allow it to flow. And again, I don't have to. I could sit right here and not create at all next lifetime and start over and see if I have better luck in the next lifetime. But I'm going to choose now to really allow myself this outlet to create and give myself the opportunity to create and figure out, what does that mean to me? Like, is it writing? Is it art? What I'm doing right now is a form of creation. So I want to make sure that I'm honoring my soul's desire, because that's part of my yellow brick road path, is creating. So I have to figure out what that means. Now it says I need some healing too in this area. So when it says I need some healing, that means that I've gotten off my path in this particular area. And what that the lack of creating means a little more planning. So I'm trying to plan things. I'm trying to structure things. I'm trying to control things. This is my feeling. I'm trying to control, structure, plan, again, I feel like I have the reins, right? Which, you know, it's really hard to let Jesus take the wheel. So, but we always want to maintain that balance there and monitor that, because if I feel like I'm in control of everything, how am I supposed to create anything? Because I'm trying to control everything. And you can't create and control at the same time. Creation is about allowing, and you can create this beautiful world if you allow the world to flow with you, versus, no, this is how it's going to be. This is the way it has to be. This book must be this way. This workshop must be this way. That's not a creative flowing energy. So they're asking me for some healing in this area. And so I'm going to loosen, I have to loosen my grip a little bit and allow them a little more control over what I'm doing, and make sure I'm monitoring those thoughts. They pop into my head. Now, the moment-to-moment awareness is something that really, really needs to be practiced from the moment I wake up until the moment I go to sleep. And when I'm in a creative environment externally, which means I've cleared away the external chaos, then I exist in a creative environment. And in that creative environment, I am an open, pure channel of light and love and peace. Having said that, right now, I am in a very extensive, high-paced, high-demanding, high-time-oriented career, and the moment-to-moment awareness tends to be lost in my existence, in my external circumstances presently. Well put. Now, what this means is I have a test. I have a task. And I've been working on this task. I haven't passed it at all, but I would give myself a C at this point, which is I will not accept defeat, which means I want to merge moment-to-moment awareness in my high-paced, external, chaotic environment. So when I can walk the walk and talk the walk as I'm talking and communicating to you right now, but I want to bring this energy into my environment at work, so that in the morning, even though it's, oh my God, we have to do this, and I'm talking to clients who are cranky, and I'm talking to people who are judging, and I'm talking to, and it's all day, and I exist in about 10-minute increments. But in those 10-minute increments, I can practice moment-to-moment awareness, and I can master moment-to-moment awareness. And so that's what it's asking me to do. It's letting me know that that will heal my energy and my situation. Maggie, no, not my earring. Maggie, Magnolia, hey, that is not yours to eat. Maggie said her first word. She said timber, which is my dog's name. She says, timber, timber. She said her first word. So they're asking me to heal this situation by bringing moment-to-moment awareness into my work environment. And I am really, really excited to try that. And I've been practicing, but just hearing it in the reading and allowing it to bring it to my attention and letting me know that in my energetic field, this is something I need to work on. Now, it's letting me know that, again, because I'm so busy and chaotic in my external circumstance, and I'm not practicing moment-to-moment awareness as often as I could, then I'm not hearing my inner voice, which is the one I said, when God's like, la la la, he's coming down, speaking to you fully, constantly. I'm too busy. I'm too busy to hear my inner voice. I'm too busy to listen to you right now. I have too many things on my schedule to listen to your messages. It's kind of like what's happening right now. And they're just reminding me that, come on, you're better than this. You are wiser. You have the tools. We've given you the tools. We're asking you to use them. Because in order for me to be able to fully share this knowledge and wisdom with you, I really need to master it on my end of things. And I can't share my wisdom with you if I have not mastered it on my own, or at least solidly practicing as a mastery level. So I'm not hearing the inner voice as often just because I'm too busy. You want to tell your guides that? Go ahead. I'm too busy to listen to you. I have an appointment at 1. So tomorrow I'm really going to practice staying present all day. I have meetings all day. And in the afternoon, I have meetings with that cranky person that I was talking about earlier. You know that guy. Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can master my energetic field and heal his energy, because I have to spend a solid 3 hours picking out light fixtures with him tomorrow for free, because yay, I just offered. Anyway, so, but now I'm going to use it as a teachable moment. I'm going to bring moment to moment awareness to it. So I'm going to use it to practice my spiritual skills and my mastery level, which is going to make tomorrow so much more cooler than it was 3 seconds ago. So thank you for giving me that task tomorrow. See, they knew I needed it, because I might have completely failed that test tomorrow, because this guy is really not friendly. Super not friendly. Okay, last thing they pulled, 2 last things they pulled. Is comparison. So I have to make sure that I'm not, which I am doing, that I'm not feeling like I'm not good enough, that other people are wiser, maybe they're smarter, maybe they have more time, maybe they're prettier, maybe they're thinner, maybe they're stronger, and I'm not. And so all that does is put the cranky contacts in, clog the filter, make me lower my energy, because all those little thoughts that come into my head are just serving me to not make me feel healthy, or not make me feel loved, or not make me feel like, you know, the universe loves me. So it's making me feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, right? And we all have those human moments, because we have lived with them from not only this past lifetime, but all of our past lifetimes. And we've had some boy when you were 11 told you have a smushed in face. Like he told me I have a smushed in face. I never forgot that. So now all of a sudden, every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, it is kind of smushed in a little bit, right? He was 11. Come on. Right? So we just don't want to let that stuff, you know. And then, you know, if you have curly hair, you want straight hair. If you have long, luscious, thick locks, which I don't, I have like nothing in my hair. But then guess what? You know, I don't have hair on my eyebrows either, and I don't have crazy hair in weird places. I have real blonde hair everywhere. So there's always like positive things. So some people, I want blue eyes, or I want brunette eyes, or I want tan skin, I want dark skin, I want this color hair, I want that shaped body, I want to be skinnier, I want to be, and the skinny girls want to be thicker, and they want smaller boobs, and they want bigger boobs, they want a smaller butt, they want a bigger butt. It's all nonsense if you think about it. You know, and they're not smarter. No one is smarter. No one has a better life than you. No one has a better job than you. They don't. And in fact, the most beautiful thing is if you could turn your life into a spiritual practice, everything just becomes a little bit shinier and a little bit brighter and a little bit calmer. So yes, you're going to work every day. It's the same job you've had. But if you want to bring the light into the work and practice moment to moment awareness, and practice serving the moment, and practice unconditional love, these are all on like the higher levels of mastery, then it just makes work just that much better. And I'm glad that I'm being reminded of it, because I know that I've been distracted. I know that I've been, okay, I'm here with you guys right now, but then a Tuesday tomorrow I have meetings all day, so I'm not tuning in here. And I know I have more knowledge than that. I have more wisdom than that. Right? And I sit here and speak it to you every day. And so it's really time I really begin walking this path a little better. And I'm getting a solid C right now. Whereas in the past, I've had some A's and B's. I'd like to get up to that point again. So that's what these, oh, there's a couple other cards I'll say real quick. So an idea, this ripeness, so this idea, this pulled up, and this idea, these ideas are coming very fast, this intensity right now, as far as doing these workshops and doing the school and traveling and speaking. So all of that's happening right now, and they're basically honoring that idea that I have. They're like, we love it, we support it, we want you to move forward with it, we got your back, girl. Just give us the opportunity to help you. Just take a step in the direction, and we will make sure the rest is taken care of. So I really need to make sure I'm really trusting them on that. Yeah, and they're letting me know, again, you're aware of this, be receptive of this, and make sure that there's some compromising. There's some lack of compromise in some areas in my life, and I know where that's coming from. And just be aware of some of that compromising energy. When it's got its foot down and it's not moving, just be aware of how that drops your energetic field when it comes in. So there was my reading for the day, and I needed it, actually. And I think tomorrow's going to be an exciting day, because I'm excited to have my new test and my new practice. All right, so I have two ladies who want a reading. I'm only doing two, and then I'm gone unless Christina wants one because she's been here the whole time. But, all right, Afia, I'm going to give you a reading if you're still there. And Marie Taylor, I'm going to give you a reading. And Christina, if you want. Okay, Afia, take a couple breaths. I'm pretty sure you're still here. Here we go. Maggie. Okay, Afia. So, a couple things we do want to talk about. I'm going to name three. Oh, your cards are talking to you today. Okay, so let's talk about the good stuff for a second. You are amazing light worker, healer. The entire universe just loves your existence. And it wants, Maggie, stop it. And it wants your energy to be healthy and to be free and to be able to shine the way your soul is asking for it to shine. But what's happening is you have so much stuff that's happened to you in your past that you're clinging to your past and repeating it over and over and over and over again. And you're going back into your past and you're rewinding your past and thinking about the things that happened and all of the experiences that you've had. And what that's doing is bringing that past, stale, low energy into the present moment, and it's affecting your life. So we want to make sure that every time that past energy pops into your mind, you go ahead and exit out. No longer allow that past energy into your present moment energy because it's stale and unhealthy. I don't want you to think about it at all. Burn it up in a fireball and give it to the universe. No more. They are asking you, you're going to be stepping into a situation to where you're really going to need to have total trust in not only your higher self, but in the universe. And you're going to have to trust that this situation is being watched over by your guides. It's going to be important. So you are not alone. You're not going to have to make all of this stuff by yourself. But I need you to gain that kind of healthy relationship with the universe because the universe is telling you that it's time for you to make some changes and that they have your back, but you got to let them have your back. And sometimes these changes can seem jolting and sometimes they can seem destabilizing and sometimes they can seem scary and sometimes it can seem like everything in your life is changing. But I promise you that all that's happening is they're putting you on your yellow brick road so that you can fulfill your destiny here on this earth. And right now, in the present situation that you're in, that is not happening. And it will not happen because this path is meant to be walked alone. It's meant to be taken alone. Okay, and you're gonna, need some friends, some real friends on equal level, friends who love you, friends who, and you may or may not have these people in your life right now, but friends who are not taking your energy, but friends who are giving you energy. Healthy friends, healthy relationships. If you don't have that, allow the universe to bring these healthy people into your life. Allow that to happen. And right now, that might not be happening. You do have the ability to reach a mastery level that I speak of, which is where you're communicating with the universe. You're actually communicating with the energy of the bugs and the bees and the butterflies and the flowers and the trees. I see you hugging a tree. I see you talking to a grasshopper. I see real enlightenment reached in this particular lifetime. But things must shift and move and change because the foundation and the stability that you've built your life upon was on quicksand, and it needs to change now. You must build with brick now. You're feeling very isolated in your present situation. And it is time that it's coming to an end now. So again, walking alone, not lonely, but walking alone. I'm alone, and I'm never alone, because the universe loves me so much. That's what it means to be alone, is that I may be alone with other humans right now because I am honoring my energy in a hibernation phase. What that means is I'm not sharing my energy with everyone, and they're actually asking that of you as well. So when you're on the phone and everyone's giving you their opinions about what you should do and where you should go and how you're going to handle and all that stuff, blah blah blah, and you're like, I'm trying to listen, I'm trying to, and you're getting pulled this way and this way. So remember, we're going to just respect and honor their presence in our life, and know that probably most of that knowledge, that gossip and the opinions is coming from potentially a place of love, but you're not going to intake that information right now because it's not for you and it's not healthy for you right now. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. I don't know if I've shown you it before, but I'll go slow here. See that girl in the middle? She's just at peace and she's calm. Maybe I can get this. Let me see this one. She's calm. All those people around are like, you should go left. No, you should go right. You should feel this way. You should do that. You should do that. You should do that. And you're just like, thank you for your information, but no thank you at the same time. So just, you're at an energetic place right now where it's very important for you to protect your energy, not open it up and share it right now. You're not in a place where you can be sharing information right now. You need to shut down shop and turn that into self-love and figure out really what needs to happen and shift and change to rebuild your life from brick and get out of that quicksand. All right, darling, here you go for today. Love you and good luck, baby doll. We're always here and you are not alone. Trust me. All right, let's see. Marie, are you still there? Marie, if you're still there, say yes. Christina, would you like a reading? Yes. Okay, I'm going to put you on while I wait to see if Marie responds. Hello, doll. How are ya? Wait, I'll ask if I'll see you. I want to put something fun on just because I've been staring at me this whole time, and I'm like, oh. Okay. See, this is the fun part. Wait, banners. No, that's not it. Brand. Hold on. Something fun. I know. Just give me 1 second. Look, here we go. Let's do this one. Oh, wait, let's do this. Yay, look at her. Look at her. She's looking up with a little, I like her. She makes me happy. Okay. All right, hold on. Let's see if Marie is there. Is Marie there? Oh, look, Afia says, thank you, Kristen. Wonderful as always. Thank you so much, Afia. I appreciate you coming on. And we are always here for you. Okay. All right, so Maria hasn't, okay, so Christina, for some reason, I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, hi. I hear you now.
I just was listening to you.
Thank you for listening. Okay. Take a breath. Are you ready, Maggie? Are you ready, Maggie?
She's so cute.
Maggie, don't eat my ear in front of everybody. Okay. It's kind of interesting. I see like a lover's card, a relationship card. Yeah? Is there a relationship thing going on?
No. It's hard to explain. It's complicated. How is that?
Okay, because it hasn't pulled before, so I see a little bit of something there. Okay, so I'll start with Okay. We do have some healing that has to happen. That's your first card. So I guess my feeling is, since we have a Lover's card and a healing card similar and a self-love. Here, baby, I'm going to put you here because I don't want you to go. Sorry, Meg. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to talk about healing first. Sometimes we've been through some stuff, and we have some stuff that inside of us might need to be addressed and might need to be healed on a personal, internal level first. Maybe we could be bringing some stuff, you know, because the next card is a self-love card. So self-love meaning that we really need to fall in love with who you are, what your boundaries are, what you need. I want that love to happen here first, to the point that that relationship is stronger with yourself first than it is with anyone else outside. Because if that relationship isn't so strong here, then we're putting our energy outside of ourselves, looking for a relationship, or looking for a love, or looking for expectations, or looking for something else from someone else, because to gain that relationship with yourself that you have to be having with yourself first. And when I see healing and right around Lovers, so again, I'm pulling that there is a type of relationship situation happening, but healing, the self-love, and then a relationship, right? So this is all pulled. Now I see isolation too. So I'm feeling like you're feeling alone and isolated. So I'm so confused because I have healing, I have self-love first, that self-love first. I have a Lover's card, which means we're right in the middle of some kind of relationship, and there's an isolation card. So I don't know if you're isolating yourself due to some of this stuff, or if maybe this particular person's making you feel isolated. But regardless, it pulled. So I want you to figure out whether you're generating that feeling of isolation, where that feeling of isolation is coming from, and how we can go ahead and just remove that from your energetic field. Where is it coming from? What's making you feel that way? Is it in here? Is it inside, or is it outside? Because maybe, and I'm just going to give two examples, you know, an isolation could be someone externally who's trying to control your energy from flowing. That's an isolation card. But there's also an isolation card meaning you've been through so much stuff in the past and you're so shut down energetically that you're not intaking anything, and you've isolated yourself, which is here.
Right.
I don't know which one is coming for you, but I want you to really meditate on it. Okay. And that's again about furthering that relationship with yourself, because you're the only one who can answer this. Not him, not your job, not your life. You have to be like, what do you need, Christina? Talk to me, darling. What is it? Why are you feeling so isolated? What do we need to do here? You know, what do you need, Christina, to feel loved and to feel happy? And I guarantee the answer is going to be here first, but we have to also honor if our souls are feeling uncomfortable, or if our souls are feeling energetically off. We really need to pay attention to that. But we also need to make sure we're not bringing it up from our past too. We also need to make sure that this isn't something you picked up from mom and dad's relationship, or something you watched your mother do to your father, or something that someone did to you when you were younger, and you're holding on to it, and you have your contacts in, and you're viewing your relationship through that. Okay. So there's some monitoring that we want to do, some self-discovery and self-healing. And, you know, I needed to do that before I could really have a healthy relationship with anyone, because I was bringing way too much stuff. And I'm not saying this person is the right person for you at all. I'm not saying that. But I am saying, in order for you to figure that out, make sure you're good here and here, because then you can make an honest answer, an honest, legitimate, non-filtered, truthful conclusion. And you're not bringing all sorts of weird stuff. Right. You know, into the situation, or projecting weird stuff through the eyes, you know? So I do see that you know, again, the universe is fully communicating to you, fully wants a relationship with you, wants to embody who you are, wants to walk with you, talk with you, live with you, and exist with you. And so, you know, remember that relationship, not only with yourself, but with the universe is, okay, the universe is first, yourself is first. It's all in one. The universe and yourself is first. Everything else must come next.
Right.
So even if you're feeling like, even me, I've had some friends say, we haven't seen you. Why haven't you coming out? Why haven't you taken my phone calls? Well, it's because me and myself are with me and myself.
Right.
We're working it out. I have to honor how I'm feeling right now. And sometimes I can't share that energy with everyone all the time. And sometimes I can't be available all the time. And sometimes I can't take those phone calls and be there for you all the time, because I have to really take care of myself first. And sometimes I just have to be, you know, alone, not isolated and not lonely, but alone with my beautiful self. And this girl loves herself, this one in here. She's okay to be alone and walk outside, and she understands the trees and the bees and the birds and the butterflies, and just she's in one commune with what she needs and her love. And at that point, when she loves herself so much and so pure and so she's so taken care of and so honored and so respected, at that point she has so much love to share with others who are able to receive her love. But when you're so also in love and healthy with yourself, and then when you share love with someone else that may be of a different vibration pattern, you also notice that pretty quickly if the vibration is unhealthy for your field, because you're so healthy. Right. That you'll be able to very quickly pick up when something is not healthy. And we have to honor that. We really want to honor that in our fields, because getting with an unhealthy individual can really disturb some of the stuff that we're doing. I will never do that again. I'm not saying that I won't play around here or there, but I'm not going to let the person into my life and into my field if they're continuously unhealthy for my energy. But I have to be healthy in order to make that decision, because if I'm not healthy, then I'm bringing around all sorts of unhealthy people. And this could be a good person, but I'm a mess. So I can't, so it's not health, it's not working out. Now, I do see that, again, I feel like I've pulled this card for you. You're this, you know, this master lion light worker, and around you are all the little sheep. All of the little sheep are all around you, and you're like tangled up. So you just want to shine, because your soul is meant to shine. Your soul is meant to heal. You are a fully functioning light worker, ascended onto the planet to spread your light to all who can see it. And yet you're very confined to being in the little world of the little seeds. And so no one is understanding who you are. There really isn't many people around you that vibrate at a similar level to you. And so what that means is you're kind of like just alone, maybe even isolated.
Maybe that's isolated. Yep.
Yes, it can be isolating. It can be. And the thing is there is meetup groups. There's us on here. Please find your tribe, even if it's one person. Reach out just a little bit to try to find anyone who's weird like you. And so you can talk about this stuff out loud, because otherwise you're trying to talk. Actually, you've just stopped sharing. You're not even sharing who you are at all. You're on autopilot, answering things as other people would answer them. Answer things as normal people would answer them. Oh yeah, how are you? Oh, I'm fine, thank you. How's the weather? Oh, it's lovely. So you're on autopilot here, versus you really, oh, the weather's actually beautiful and the rain is amazing and the universe speaks to me. Can't you tell?
Mm.
We want to get you there a little bit, even if it's just one person. And all I want you to do is ask the universe right now to allow that person to come into your life and allow you to notice that person. And you're going to meet her in a weird way. You won't even know. Or him, whoever it is, it'll be weird. And all of a sudden you'll just have this weird kind of feeling, and all of a sudden you guys will be able to communicate. And I would like you to bridge some of this subject with them. Like, how do you feel about spirituality? It could be a yoga class. And I want you to be able to open, because that's how we gain this light energy. And you need the light energy in order to heal, in order to feel healthy, in order to not feel so alone. And I do see the interesting thing is you are coming to an end of a phase. So something is ending. Great. whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but something is coming to an end and new beginnings are starting. So that's good news for most of us most of the time, because when we're coming to an end of something, it's like I've been living a certain way for so long in this energy for so long, and finally my shadow work is maybe coming to an end, and it's time for me to kind of shine my light and walk authentically and honestly for who my soul really is. I'm going to stop hiding myself. I'm coming out of the spiritual closet, and I'm going to be who I am meant to be, because life is just way better on the other side of the rainbow. Trust me. I do see a little bit of comparison. So a little bit of, I don't know if I'm good enough, or maybe this person's a little bit better, or maybe this person's prettier, maybe this person has a better job, maybe they have a better house, maybe they have more money, maybe there's a smarter people out there, whatever the silliness that our brain glitches and tells us about. Remember, that's like saying, oh, you know, that yellow rose isn't as pretty. I like the red rose. You know, yellow roses suck, white roses suck. Or like, oh, the bamboo isn't as beautiful as the oak, or the oak tree is not as beautiful as the palm tree. None of that is true. And it sounds silly. So it's like us too. Well, there's not one of us more beautiful or more special than the other. Not one. And that's the real truth, because I see it, the beauty in everyone. So that everyone is just beautiful. It doesn't matter size, shape, color. It doesn't matter. It's gorgeous. People are beautiful, and they're also special, and they're also unique, and they all have their own set of wisdom to share with their own beautiful words inside of it, like a fingerprint. And every word that you speak is just as valuable as every word that I speak, and just as needed, and the wisdom is just as important. Everyone. And many messages come from you guys. They come from the neighbors. They come from the person at the supermarket just standing there giving me a message. Sometimes I'll think something in my head and the person next to me will answer it. And I'm like, thank you. You know, it happens all the time. So cool. Okay, a little bit of compromising energy. So we have to figure out where that non-compromising energy is coming from. Let's just honor it and figure out where it's coming from, or either we're not compromising, or there's an energy in our life that's not compromising, that's kind of putting their foot down and feels kind of solid, stagnant energy that's unwavering and unmoving and maybe a little bit difficult. We can't get rid of all the non-compromising energy. We just want to be aware that we're around it sometimes, because the energy just stops flowing when we're around that particular non-compromising energy. It's the way it is, and there's no compromising around it. It's like, okay, I can be in your energy field that much, and then I'm going to bow out gracefully, reset my energy, and let that stuff go. And then I do see some letting go of the past. So still have some past stuff that we need to really let go of. It's not serving you now. It's all that's going to do is clog your filter and put weird contact lenses on. You're going to see things funny. It's because you got to let it go so that it stops clogging your filter. So whatever wants to pop up and be like, hey, you should be concerned about that, be like, no, thank you. And flush your filter down, clear it out. Okay?
Love it. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Doing good?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I want to sign up for your classes too. You gave me goosebumps the whole time you were talking about your class or what you want to do.
Oh, good. Thank you. I feel like that's me with the bird and the cages, and I know that this is what I need to do. I do, but you know, between you and me, I make just about 6 figures in my day job, and I need to be able to transition. I can't, you know, I really have to be able to financially support myself in this industry. I want to do as much free stuff as possible, but this industry needs me, but I need to figure out a way to financially switch fields. But I know that this is, and that's what it's telling me, that it has my back. The universe is telling me to just trust it. The universe is telling me to do it. So I gave myself between 1 and 3 years to really, I want to transition into this full time and give the universe the opportunity to create what it needs to create. And I know that it does. I know that it does. I just have to let Jesus take the wheel. I really do. And so I have my baby plan that, don't tell anyone, but you know, I have that transition plan I'm tossing around because the energy that I am around in my career, it really is of a much lower vibration, and it's not really where I belong every day, all day long. The money isn't worth it. So I'm giving myself this year to try to maneuver between the two, at the website setting up, the online classes, and then I'm just going to really slowly within year 2 probably transition, and hopefully within year 3 I'll be full-time doing this full-time. So, and I think the universe wants me a little faster, but we're working on baby steps. Baby steps.
I totally get it. I totally get it. You're human and stuff, but I support you.
Well, yeah, I got to pay my bills. My truck is very expensive.
But
I love my blue jeans.
I think it's just like what Joseph always tells me. He tells me the same thing. Like, basically build it and they'll come. And I'm just
it's true.
I'm just like, but he's telling, you know, and when you're talking, I'm thinking of me, but then I'm thinking of you too. And I'm like, oh, Kristen, just build it and they will come, you know? And then, but Joseph tells me, and I'm just like, but build what?
I know. It's the truth. I had to tell him that today because he's also like used to smaller venues. And I said, we need a larger venue at a hotel where everyone can come. It's a nice event. And he's like, okay. I said, build it. They will come. So this is the lesson of today. And God says it, whoever shall gather in my name shall have whatever the heck they want. And God, the universe, has never once let me down. Never once. And I hear him say, have I ever let you down? No. Have I ever not given you anything you want? No. Well, so come on, girl. And I'm like, okay, we're working it out. But divine timing. Timing.
Right.
Because also me just walking away right now would put it so I don't have the finances to advertise and market and do the website and stuff. So we're balancing, which is why the universe wants me to practice while I have to stay in this external chaotic 3D existence. Please bring me there. Bring my energy there so that we're not so out of balance. Because if I'm not bringing the universe there, then I'm too far out of balance here, and then I have to raise my balance here, so I'm teetering. Versus if I bring my practices here, my present moment awareness, my mastery level into my 3D world, now I've merged. Oh, and that was the last card. That was the very last card I pulled, was the integration card. I just pulled it, and that's exactly what it meant, which is integrating the light and the shadow work together, because we all have our shadow stuff. So when we bring the light to the shadow, now we've integrated, we've mastered it, yin and yang, and we are just in a flawless existence. So yay. That's where we're going. That's where we're headed. I love it. It's a good life. Thank you for coming on, Christina.
Oh, I love listening to you. So it was a win-win. You helped me, and I loved listening to you, and hopefully helped you.
Yay, absolutely. I love it. Okay, goodbye, everybody. Good night, Christina.
Good night.
All right, guys, I love you so much. Happy Monday. I will see you on Wednesday. I am definitely working on getting these online workshops online with a schedule where you can pay, how I'm going to do it through StreamYard or Zoom, or there's Google Meetup. I heard there's a few things. So I'm exploring some options there, but plan on them coming, I promise, within the next, hopefully sooner rather than later, divine timing. All right, guys, I love you so much. Happy Monday. Thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure as always. And I will see you on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Mwah. Okay, I gotta say my goodbye video that Joseph made me, which I love it. Here it is. Love you.